What's going on, everybody? Thank you for joining Courtroom Gaming. My name is Judge. We're going to be going over the Dolphin 5.0 Nintendo Wii and GameCube emulator. So to go ahead and get started, we're going to want to go ahead and download Visual Studio C++. You're going to want to make sure you get the 15, 17, 19, and 22 version. It will require the 64 X64. Go ahead and click the link and download that. Go through the prompts that it asks you to go through. It will have you restart your computer to make sure everything's taken care of. Once you go ahead and get that downloaded and installed, next we're going to go ahead and download BreezeZip through the Microsoft Store or any 7-zip extractor. If you have one that best suits you, go ahead and use it. Just make sure that it is capable of unzipping 7-zip files. After we get our Visual C++ taken care of and our 7-zip extractor, we're going to want to go ahead and come down to the dolphin-emu.org. All the links you'll need will be in the description. As of right now, 7/24/2022, the most current version is going to be 5.0-16793. We are going to go ahead and download the Windows X64. You do have the ability for Mac OS and Android. Stay tuned for an Android video. It will be posted here in the next couple of weeks. After you go ahead and get your Windows 64-bit downloaded, we're going to go ahead and go into our download files. And your Dolphin Master should have your RARZip icon. If not, just go ahead and right click on it, open with, and we're going to go ahead and open with our BreezeZip. So once we get that opened up, it'll show that we have our Dolphin right here. You're going to want to go ahead and hit extract, and then you can extract this to wherever you want. I currently have mine set for desktop. So after you get all that downloaded, we can go ahead and open up our Dolphin emulator, which is right here. Couple things to point out with our Dolphin emulator. We can go into our controller. I personally use the standard controller. I use the Xbox One Elite Series controller for all of my gaming needs. But you do have the option of using a GameCube adapter for the Wii, steering wheel, a dance mat, Donkey Kong bongles, keyboard, etc. So after you figure out what best fits your controller needs, go ahead and click configure, and you can go through and configure all of your buttons to whatever button you want. So all you'd have to do is just click on it and then press the button you want to configure that to on your current controller. As you can see here, I already have mine all set up. What I'd like to do is I'd like to save my profile depending on the game you're playing, or if you have multiple different controllers for different games. You can go ahead and save your profiles here. So all you'd have to do is just type in what name you'd want that controller or this current configuration set up to, and just click save and close. Then we can go ahead and close this once you get all your other controllers taken care of. If you don't have any, that's fine. Then we're going to go ahead and come into graphics. So a couple things to note. You do have all your advanced settings here. Just make sure you be careful with this and use anything here at your own risk. You can scale, you can texture. The biggest thing that I like to key point here is just your generals tab. So your back end, you can do Open GL, which is the one I used. You can use any of these, whichever one fits you. You go ahead and play around with it. Your aspect ratio, you can do auto. You can do, stretch to window 16:9, which is what most people do. I like to keep mine as auto. If you want, every time you load into a game, you can click this box here to start all your games in full screen. You also have a couple other settings here that you can go ahead and play around with. If we go into our enhancements, we can go into our internal resolution. You have the choice to go from auto all the way up to X8 native 5120 by 4224 for 5K. Just make sure if you're going to use this setting that your computer and your monitor can handle the 5K. Um, but I personally I use the 3x native 1920 by 1584 for 1080p. That's most common for most computers. So now that we have our Dolphin 5.0 set up, our controller set up, and all of our graphics, we're going to come to our ROMs games.net. Once again, this link will be in the description for you. So as you can see, they have every GameCube game that you can think of. But for this tutorial, we're going to go ahead and download Super Mario Sunshine. So just click the game that you want, and then we're going to go ahead and click Save Game. And we'll be right back once that game is downloaded. Alright, now that our game is downloaded, we're going to come back to our downloads folder. As you can see, I got several different games downloaded here. But for this tutorial, once again, we're going to go click on our Mario Sunshine. We're going to open with. We're going to go into BreeZip once again, and you're going to do this for any other game that you download. And then you're going to extract, come back to our three dots, and then you can put it in any folder that you want. I personally have a GameCube folder on my desktop for all my GameCube games, also for all the Wii games or any other emulator or any other games that you have. I just like to kind of keep everything neat, clean, and organized. So, say for instance, I play the Dolphin GameCube emulator for a couple days, and then hey, I want to go play PlayStation, and I go download some PlayStation games. It just keeps everything neat and organized. That way, if I download something and I beat it or I get sick of it or whatever, you don't have to worry about everything being all um, everywhere. So once we get everything extracted, we're not going to go ahead and extract that. But once we get everything extracted into our file of choice, we're going to go ahead and close out of that. We're going to go ahead and hit open. We already have our Mario right here, but all your games will be in the destination where you choose. So we're going to go ahead and double click on Mario, and I'll be right back once we load in. Alright, we're loaded in. We're going to go ahead and press start. And one thing that I'd like to note on Dolphin that I haven't really seen a whole lot of with any other emulators is it actually does save your game, so you can always come back to it later on. That way you don't have to, worry about having to start from the beginning or anything like that. And we're in our game. And then once we're done playing, you can go ahead and hit pause. You can save game. I haven't done anything since my last save. So we're going to go ahead and hit our escape button. That's going to come up. Do you want to stop current emulation? We're going to go ahead and click yes. And there you go. If you liked what you guys see and you guys want to see more tutorial videos, please make sure you guys hit the follow, subscribe, and make sure you hit that bell notifications. That way you know when we're live or posting another video. We are live mostly every day, but we mostly are on Twitch. If you guys could do me a favor and go follow SAJudge39 on Twitch, that link will also be in the bio. Once again, everybody, thank you so much for joining me.